blind sheep. Midnight, what up? What up? Total darkness. Artist union. Time's up. They're leading youth astray, calling them dogs, calling her catty and shit when she created the gods. Rapping Masons used to wear ankhs and leather medallions, running and gunning in the Wild West, minus the stallions. No spurs on cowboy boots, but big fitted hats with tight jeans and retro shades just to dance and rap. Minstrel blackface show, that's BET, making you applaud the negativity that you see. Boogeyman in the closets, taunt and haunt you. Elder Moore said don't get brainwashed by the one-eyed monster. Staying close, stay online with eyeballs burning, fighting sleep like a miner, but you're still not learning. Uploading to YouTube in robes and turbans, pushing misconcepts like some conscious virgins. She didn't plant that seed, that was your ego trying to exploit from your couch. Your own people, go rent a community room, bring Black Dot down or Kabahaya Watha Kameen to humble you clowns. Bring Sister Zakina or Bobby Hemmett, coons living in the debt but holding on to credit. On this mental walk, watch your step. In these depths, you see the higher self fighting the flesh. Split personalities caught in thought mesh. Hit a mental block, I told you, watch your step. On this mental walk, watch your step. In these depths, you see the higher self fighting the flesh. Split personalities caught in thought mesh. Hit a mental block, I told you, watch your step. Rapper think you're hot, I'm here to out your flame. Too much dressing like twins and doing the same. Chris Brown got probation, paparazzi chasing. She's no worse hiding bruises by makeup facing. Her contract extended, you're not paying attention. You did nothing but run like Reverend. Still get a knee in your back, enough back chat. Tased or lay flat from the baton clap. That's not racist, just the Christian black codes. The cross used to wear a crown that belonged to Rome. Now you wear it, but the same Romans killed your Messiah. From Yahshua to Sharif Abdullah Lee, don't call me a liar. From Nkrumah to Lumumba and Marcus Garvey. The Romans even killed Michael Jackson and Bob Marley. Ask a rapper to solve your problems, he'll help hardly. But he's on cribs with 2 Benzes and a souped up Audi. On this mental walk, watch your step. In these depths, you see the higher self fighting the flesh. Split personalities caught in thought mesh. Hit a mental block, I told you, watch your step. On this mental walk, watch your step. In these depths, you see the higher self fighting the flesh. Split personalities caught in thought mesh. Hit a mental block, I told you, watch your step. Shoebox to the ceiling, supporting this demon. No shoes, but lots of fiat, crooked cops are stealing. What you should have gave to the poor to pay some dues. And some bills from community moms with ill life blues. Got rookie cops and sergeants touring the world. And you locked up, looks bad on your baby girl. And your baby boys think it's a game with guns for toys. Fake fathers turn their backs on their bundles of joy. At risk, marginalized and troublesome. From moms while pregnant, sipping on a double rum. Acting like a witch on a broom. Bringing sons not from the womb, but the tomb to the tomb. Being so ignorant is why we're born in sin. We'll learn from our lessons, let the teachings now begin. Open your mind, watch your step. In these depths, you see the higher self conquer the flesh. Split personalities become casualties. Caught in thought mesh, I told you to watch your step. Split personalities become casualties. Caught in thought mesh, told you watch your step. On this mental depths, you see the higher self fighting the flesh.
Peace and love to all boys. Wherever you're at, Islam to you. Peace, more, you there? CW, you there?
Yeah, hold on, give me 1 second, bro.
All right.
Hello.
Peace.
It's Rumpy, bro. How you doing?
Everything's peaceful, fam. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing well. I'm at the bottom of the beach, the belly of the beach right now, so it's back to studying. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all hear that? That's what's up.
Well, this is the problem that I'm finding I have, that a lot of Moors don't know that. Even with myself, you know, this has been a very awakening challenge for me. I was recently incarcerated. I had a conversation where I sent you a few emails, and a lot of things that I have know that these people know who we are.
Right.
You just have to know who you are.
Exactly.
Because I filed my own writs. You know, I got into a couple of disputes with a few judges. I was in front of 5 different judges. You know what I'm saying? And they never told me I was wrong. Only time I was told wrong when I quoted the wrong section of the Constitution. I quoted the Supremacy Clause, which is Article 6. You know, they are bound by oath to support the Constitution, and I messed around and said Article 4, Section 4, the faith and full credit, which means that one state must honor what another state does. So, like, for example, Georgia has passed that they recognize us as a nation of people and gave us our holiday from January 8th to the 15th, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And I'm in Florida. I'm in Miami, Florida. So Florida must recognize that as well under the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I have noticed that these people really are crooks. You could go in there and tell them they are bound by oath all judicial officers, which meaning that lawyers, bailiffs, correction officers, police officers, even security officers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They bound by oath to support this, but they do not. They put their policy or their statutes, their corporation rules over the Constitution all day, every day.
Right. But they and they do that because they call themselves democracy every day, all day.
So
And the people assume that they're the Republican form of government, even though out of their own mouth they're saying democracy.
right.
Which
Right.
as soon as they're saying democracy, you already know that they're a fraud. That's the key word. Those guys are a fraud because they're not saying Republican form of government.
And that means the power is in the people, not in the headers, because a lot of people don't understand that when you say you're a democracy, you're saying I'm going to put you in position and you're going to tell me what to do. When a Republican form of government is that I'm going to put you in position, I'm going to tell you what to do that I want to be done.
Exactly.
So
Just like you said, though, once you realize that the people are corrupt and they're not the government is you. Now the next question is, well, who are you?
exactly.
And you better not be Negro, black, colored. You better not be the guy who filed some UCC paper. You better not be anybody who's gonna be continuing the fraud. Because part of the people is that they think that because they received some remedy from the colonists that the fraud's over. The reason why you got remedy was because of fraud.
Exactly, I agree.
You know what I mean?
So I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I'm there with you.
You know, so people like when we're dealing with people online or whatever who are claiming to be professors and teachers and whatever. They're not telling people this stuff. They're telling people we have a way for you to talk to the IRS so that the IRS could give you some type of privilege. That's not sovereignty. That's slavery.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. I agree.
I don't care what privilege they give you.
But see, what another thing is that I noticed that us as a people, we don't study. That's like me. I feel like I'd be a great asset to the movement, but I don't want to be. I want to understand and understand everything before I just jump out there because I know I got people's lives at hand. You know, like I send a lot of. I don't want to disrespect nobody, belittle, degrading one, but I be seeing a lot of websites where people selling packages. I'm like, even like when I first filed my declaration proclamation papers for my indigenous status, you still have to be able to know what you're saying because these people will hold that type of stuff off the record. Like I was in jail for 2 years and I was giving my paperwork sent in to my quote unquote lawyer who supposed to represent me, stand in place for me because they trying to say I'm incompetent to speak for myself. That's all the lawyer is having and saying. So they was holding my documents off the record for the simple fact that would take me from under their jurisdiction saying that I'm not your corporal entity property slave.
Right. Now think about this too. When you got this information, you were already in there. Or were you out here and then you got the information?
Oh no, I was already out. I was already out when I filed everything. It just after I had got it, I had some extra papers.
I mean you finding out about this. Did you find out about this while you were in there, or did you find out about this prior to going in there?
No, I'm talking about I'm on front line, big bro. I'm talking about I'm fine, my lawyer. I'm going in there filing my own writ of prohibition, writ of Cuanto. I'm in the belly of the beast in jail, and then I'm in Miami-Dade. So another bad thing about it is they deprive you from law material. It's like we don't have no law library. I wasn't in prison, I was in regular jail. Prison ain't got access to a law library. Unfortunately, I've been in prison too. I was what you could consider a very inquisitive youth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, they deprive you from law books. Another thing I learned about our people is that we don't like to read, bro. And then when we do read, we like to pronounce words. We don't go into the etymology or etymology or linguistics of the word. Like I had a conversation with my sister yesterday. She keep telling me we're black. I'm like, black means pale, sis. You are not black. Black lives does not matter. You're saying your property. Dred Scott case. You have to read case law, and I be trying to explain that. Like I said, I want to understand before I jump out in the front line, bro. Like you have been doing for so long. I have watched you and analyzed you for a while. You're very informative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't have a hidden ulterior motive. You don't have a hidden agenda. You giving it blood raw with reference points. Same thing like Taj do, and you know other brothers, Jamal. You know I've been watching you brothers before I was incarcerated. So when I felt in my heart, this is the best thing for us to do as a people because. Once you go to understanding law and understand Black's Law Dictionary, understand the spelling of the words, how they cast spells, and that's why they say you're incompetent when you go to court because you don't understand our language, which is called legalese. Like the person, we go right back to the word person. Most persons think a person is a human being. No, it's an artificial entity, a corporation, an entity, association, a trust. All these are considered persons. So when you go in that courtroom, what kind of person are you?
Right. Now, and again, going back to the thing that you were talking about, that with people out here studying and they're finding out to be a Moor is a package.
Nah,
right?
It's not a package.
That's the same thing that's being created, artificial person. That's the same thing that's being created when our people just gravitate to that aspect of this without understanding nationality and birthrights first.
I agree. You know,
you're always going to be put back into the jurisdiction of being a person, not being your true self.
Flesh and born being. Sorry.
Right. Right.
So like I said, then another thing with that concept is that, you know, it is the simplicity of it is so simple that we make it more difficult than what it is. And like I said, when I went in the courtroom, they never told me I was wrong. In actuality, the judge told me I would never tell her what to do again because I quoted my constitutional rights.
Right.
That was the response from the judge. Oh, that's your last time you're going to tell me what to do. Why? Because I'm quoting my rights. And then another thing they don't like is that they feel like they're superior to and we're inferior to them. So they don't like when you go in there knowing or somewhat knowing what they know because they feel like they went and spent 18 years in college, spent hundreds of $1,000s. They're better than you. That's why they look at you with their glasses down like you don't know nothing when you go in there speaking your rights. It's just comprehension skills.
Yeah, yeah. But again, part of their perspective of looking at us like that is because that's how we've been presented by our own.
Right, I agree.
We're always presented to other people by our own like we're some handout boys. Like you gotta give us your house in order to show us that you don't mean nothing in slavery and all this. You need to go on one knee so we could know that you're in favor of us or whatever. No, they present us like that. They don't present us in our fezzes up, turban up, Moorish with the castle and the big gold scimitar with the camels and the horses and the elephants. They don't want to portray that side of us. Because as soon as they portray that, they know that it's over for them. So they'll do everything in their power to make sure that we're portrayed as anything but Moors. They got people who right now, they're going to sell you a package. They're going to show you the Moorish flag, that's their flag. But then when you go to their class, they got some fake flag that they made up, hanging up.
Wow.
They're only presenting the Moorish paradigm sigils to get people's attention to think that it's Moorish. But in reality, that's just keeping you corporate person.
Right, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like there's Moors, right. There's Moors who are gonna say, they're gonna wear a fez, for example. They're gonna say, okay, we're the Moors of whatever, and they got a fez. But then you see them with with stars on their fez and crescents on their stairs and buttons on their fez, and they're decorating their fez like it's a Christmas tree. And they're gonna say they honor Noble Drew Ali when Noble Drew Ali told these Moors, don't mark your fez. And that's if they're even presenting themselves as Moors, because most of them, they take the info, but they don't present themselves as Moors. I don't see them with L's and B's and all that when they're doing their little classes or their little stuff that they're trying to promote their club that they want people to join.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't deal with nationality and birthright. So for even with yourself to being in the lowest of low position that these people could have you in. You know what I mean? Behind their bars. And then for you to get the information, and then you're out here now, and you're not talking about, well, because you had to pay a bond, or because you had to whatever, you got to go UCC, and you got to, the trust account with you don't got to deal with any of that. You're talking nationality and birthrights right now to me. You're talking about constitutions. You're not talking about packages and commerce.
Right.
You're talking what this is about, having knowledge about who you are. That's what this is about. This is about knowing that you're a Moor and standing on the fact that you're a Moor, not because you got some package from some guy makes you a Moor.
But still, like I say, even with this situation, I'm giving you some clarity because I'm still fighting the case, and it got so bad to the point where I'm arguing with these people, right? And they're telling me you need a lawyer. I'm like, what do I need a lawyer for? If everything I'm telling you, you never told me I'm wrong. Because in law, if a person doesn't debate or go against what you're saying, man, you both know in the law is if I don't debate what you're saying, then you're right. If I never say, Cujo, you wrong, you're right.
Right. Acquiescence. So, acquiescence. Right.
Right. So I can't understand. I didn't know the terminology for it. But
that's the terminology. So they acquiesce. If they don't challenge your claim, then they acquiesce. So
go ahead.
So if it already went to court, and you have court dates coming up, or what?
Yeah. And actually, I had 3 cases. You feel me? I went through the process all wrong. Like I'm telling you, I went through this head first because I ain't gonna lie, I was fearful at first because I'm new to the knowledge. I'm new to it, but I felt like all praise to the Most High, alhamdulillah. The universe took me through that, so I know because sometimes you have doubts within yourself, like because you go through so much BS dealing with people, you be like, well, I wanted this real, so I went through what I went through, and they never told me we was wrong, bro. The only thing I have realized that. The filing of the documentations, we have to make sure we on point with that, and we also know we have to enforce, like you say, first I'm this type of person. See, I went through the process wrong because I hired a lawyer at first to buy me more time so I could study, but that wasn't the way that the law had prepared that for me. So he made it where I had to discharge my attorney because my attorney, I was incarcerated 14 months, and he wouldn't even give me a discovery, which is something you get 2 weeks once any case starts. You're entitled to a discovery, all the evidence against you.
But you understand from the law perspective why though?
Yeah, because it's a time frame. They had to do everything because you technically we supposed to go in front of the grand jury anyway before they even press charge. That's a constitutional right. They deny that, and they supposed to go charge you with an indictment. That's another thing I told her, just where's my indictment? I didn't deny that. I haven't refused that. Where's my indictment? She said, I don't see that in your writ.
Now this is how now is there a court date coming up or something?
Yeah, I go back in August. I pulled the one on the 29th, but she was COVID-19.
Right. So let's look at moving in the direction toward August, opposed to what could have, would have, should have, whatever that's already gone that we can't do anything about. Right.
No, the reason, and I agree with you, not to debate with you, but the only reason why I was bringing that up is to show people that, you talking for someone that actually been there, done that.
Right. I get you. But that's still, even though that was the point you're making, right. That proving that point is going to do more harm to you than them learning something.
Okay.
Because it's not about reliving what you can't change. You already got the lessons that you were supposed to get from whatever you went through before today.
I agree.
You received those lessons. So the moving forward now, it's about notice to all these people about your position from the documentation perspective. So if you already been to court and you have a past date that you went to court and you realize that they did some messed up things in there, right? With your whatever you're sending to court, you just prepare a document called writ of error.
Okay.
And you outline all the constitutional errors that they made leading up to August.
So
right?
you just saying attack their procedures.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be doing stuff constitutional. And if they're not, they're in violation. And just like you were saying with the discovery, you have a right to know why. If you're saying you're a court and there's no indictment, then I shouldn't be here. If you show me we have a warrant, let me see the warrant. Warrant's blank, then I shouldn't be here. If I'm supposed to have a speedy trial according to the Constitution, and we've been going on this for 3 years or whatever, then something's going on here. But what's the issue that's going on? The problem is that the name that they have on the paper is the name that they have jurisdiction over.
True, I agree, and that's why they didn't want my proclamation papers to be on the record in actuality, because they would not furnish that, put that on the record. Exactly,
because it would show that these people are a fraud. Because as soon as you present yourself, oh, you know what, I'm El Bay, or I'm Moore, or I'm not a ward of the state, or whatever. As soon as you present that, automatically it's diversity of citizenship. Automatically there's diversity, because if I'm claiming I'm not in your jurisdiction, you can't force me in it by telling me that I'm some card that somebody made up, or I'm some name on the paper when I'm in front of you right now telling you who I am.
And that's a violation of Amendment 1, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right. So there's all these violations, and then also what you do is that you never send stuff to them only. You always carbon copy. You always CC multiple parties and list the parties that you CC. So if you send a writ to the court for your trial in August, right? Whatever you send to them, the Attorney General should get a copy. The governor of the state should get a copy. The
different courts,
the judges, right? Anybody who's anybody should be also put on notice, so that everybody knows you're not their nigger. Not just that these people are corrupt or whatever, but to know that you are a El, a Bay, you have a nationality, you have a flag, you're Aboriginal, indigenous to this land. So they don't have a claim. Period. I don't care what they're claiming that you did. Your claim supersedes any claim that they got. But it's like you're saying, it's about how do you articulate it? So they get the message that they don't have jurisdiction over the body. They might have jurisdiction over the name. They might have jurisdiction over that room that they're in. But the being who's in front of them, they don't have any jurisdiction over that. And the fact that you're where you're at now with regard to this information, you're going in the right direction. Because the point is that if you say even that you've had engagements with these people ever since you were a young man or whatever, then they're going on that. They're not going on, you found out that you're a Moor, and oh my gosh, you found out he's a Moor, so let's leave him alone. Nah, they're going on, you got to prove to them that you're a Moor. So if you haven't, next time you go you know, get you some cloth, wrap a turban on, and go. See what their reaction is when you be yourself like that.
Right.
Because you have to prove to them that you're not that guy on the paper.
I understand.
Because everybody who looks like us is nigger. And as soon as they approach, they expect some nigger shit. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? It's out of their mind that we can be civilized people.
Yeah, because they switch the rule. They try to make us look like we're barbaric and savages.
Right. You know, and it's not about putting the barbarism on. It's not about putting the barbarism on them. It's about our claim being recognized. You know what I mean? Like we say with people who, for example, go through children's services, right? Child protective services or whatever. If they were in that, guaranteed, their children and their children's children and their children's children are going to be in the system.
Right. Because your property, your chattel,
Right.
your cattle.
Exactly. Same idea. You're proving to them without a shadow of a doubt that you're not shadow. Even if you got to go get yourself a shirt with a tie, with a turban on, and some dress shoes instead of sneakers. And your language being from the same place that you're talking right now. That, listen, I'm Aboriginal and indigenous to this land. I'm not you guys Negro. I get what you guys are, you know what I mean? I understand.
I got what you're doing, yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? But I'm Django. I'm not.
Hey, cool though, but Pit Brother, for real though, real talk though, like everything you saying, even when I was in Orange, they had you wearing orange. And I'm in the jury pit, you know, where the jury said, and I'm talking to the judge, and I'm telling the judge all this, bro. You saying, you know, like you said, it's the paperwork, you going there proving that you ain't who you is, and this, that, and the third. You have to know these things mentally. Forget whatever paperwork that you filed. Even the paperwork is just showing that's just a procedure. You still have to go in there and speak it and know. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing they like to do. They like to play on, like, with their wittiness and their words. They like to play on those and try to make you seem like you're ignorant, because then they play on your emotions when you go in. When you get frustrated, you know, you might talk a little louder, or you might, you know, be a little bit disrespectful. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I got a little irate. I didn't get ignorant, which means that I wasn't using profane language. I wasn't talking about your mom, you ugly. No.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that. I got a little. I got a little irate, meaning that I don't want to hear what you're talking about right now, because what you're saying, you violate my Universal Declaration of Human Rights. You're violating the rights of indigenous people. You're violating my constitutional right. I am a person. I am not this. I am a colonial American. I am original indigenous to the land. You know, I'm telling, and you know what? Like, I go right back to say, you know, not to keep bringing it up, but and never told me I was wrong. So like you say, right now we got to face back to the future. So now I can go in and put all my documents on paperwork to go in there and prove them that, you know, I'm gonna do the same thing you say, courtesy copy or carbon copy. But I'm also gonna go in there dressed, you know, professional. I was gonna get my fez, put my fez on. But like you saw, a turban, it don't matter, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, going there, you know, dress presentable with my suit, my briefcase. And if you say that you didn't get my documents, well, here go another courtesy copy for the record. Because you have to put everything on the record.
Exactly.
So when you go to the higher courts, they can always pull back the record. Well, you was informed. So now, since you've been informed, you are deemed to know the law. So if you are deemed to know the law, that means if you didn't know what he was talking about, you're supposed to go and find out, or you're deemed incompetent, because they're hold to a higher standard. They're deemed to know the law.
Right. And then remember that in every controversy, the first issue is status.
Right.
Subject matter is not even supposed to come up until everybody puts their status down. What's your status? Oh, prosecutor? All right, so you work for the court. What's your status? Judge? All right, you work for the court. What's your status? Lawyer? Well, you're not my lawyer, because I don't need any counsel, because I'm in my own land. Why I need a bar attorney, a bar member to deal with me? But hold on a second. If you're a bar member and the judge is a bar member and the prosecutor is a bar member, obviously this is not court. going on.
All y'all against me. All
Right?
y'all are against me. You're right. I agree with you. You know,
And then that's discrimination if they're against you.
well, we know that. That's just like if you got 3 Bloods in the room and you the only Crip, then you already know all 3 Bloods gonna be against the one Crip, and that's the same thing like in that courthouse. All you are
All
bar
right.
associate members. So I know all 3 of y'all against me. Y'all trying to cash in on them bonds. I ain't number
Right.
money to y'all.
Which it's cool. If you want to cash in, but you don't need the body.
Right. See, I
This is
didn't know
where it
that.
comes
You know
in.
what I'm saying?
This is where it comes in with. This is where it comes in with the commerce people and them playing this game of do something with the birth certificate. Which, if you're claiming that, then now you're liable. But that's not your debt. You never created that. That's somebody else's stuff.
Right.
That has nothing to do with me. I don't want to be tied to that in any way, shape, or form because I know that's a colonial inquisition instrument. Why would I want that? Why would I want to be the authorized representative of a colonial instrument? Right? Because
Something that's foreign to me.
yeah, because what Jualis told Moore is real simple. Be yourself. You know what I mean? Be yourself.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean be yourself doesn't mean, well, you know, wearing gold fronts is not presentable for the whatever because we're Moors and all this. Not. You're not what matters. Everything else is your personal, whatever you want to do has nothing to do with anybody else. It has nothing to do with anything. Status is the first thing. What's your status? Well, I filed this paper that I'm the authorized representative of the straw man of the name that you have up there. And what are you talking about all that stuff for? That has nothing to do with anything. You know? Where you're at is where it's at. Prove to me that you're not a Moor. Prove to you that you're not a Moor. Forget anything else that you people are claiming. My claim is you have jurisdiction because I'm Aboriginal and Indigenous. So why do you need jurisdiction for anything? You got a paper for me to sign so we can be done with this right now? Bring the paper, let me sign it, no problem. All rights reserved, sign the paper and go about your business. Because they just want a way out. So they don't, because you already gave up so much to them. They know COVID, that they're moving stuff to August. They want to deal with it. Gotta find a reason in August to go move it to someone or whatever. And then keep in mind, you have a right to a speedy trial. So the longer they push this on, the easier it should be for this to just disappear.
Right. And then that's another thing too, by having an attorney, they waive your right. I seen this in open court. The judge, I mean, even the lawyer was like, he was coming representing somebody else. He was like, well, if I need to waive that right, I'll waive it, Your Honor. You know, the speedy trial, because, you know, they supposed to have extra 180 days for a felony or 90 days for a misdemeanor to take the trial.
Hold on, you have to change your position because you're breaking. You're not hearing it.
Yeah, it's breaking up. I'm trying to move somewhere where I could get some better reception.
They're breaking you up right now. Just say that again, but change your position. Because we can't hear you.
Damn, man.
No, you're straight. Just fix your position. Just remember where you were at.
I'm trying to do right now. You hear me?
Yeah, they're messing with the stream. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll reset. We'll reset it. Hold on. Sometimes that's all it takes. Maybe. Start playing? Because see how they're playing. I know what they're doing, but you have to check me. Yes, bro. We're back?
Hello?
Yeah, you straight. All right.
Nah, it's still breaking up on my end. Let's see, can I just go in the house real quick, go closer by the window? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
You're straight. We got you. You hear me?
Yeah, but like I said, Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you well.
All right, go ahead, Mark. Carry on, carry on.
Nah, like I was saying, you just, to make a long story short, and like I'm learning from fresh experience, you just have to know yourself, know thyself, be yourself, and you have to know the law, because we always say ourselves law and master, but a lot of us don't be knowing the law. I feel like,
Straight up.
hello?
Yeah. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I can't really hear you on my end though, but I'm on my cell phone, so that's probably why the issue. I should have got on my laptop, but I was in the middle of doing something when you joined in. So when I joined in, but like I said, I got your email address, and I'm still link up with you, whatever the case may be, because I know you're a very intelligent individual, and I respect your code of honor. I respect your wording. I respect your heart, and I know you have the best interest for our people, regardless of what anybody else may say. I'm going by what I feel and what I see. Right. You're not up there trying to sell no packages or whatever the case may be. You ain't saying, oh, if you do this, you could do this. No, you're telling us read and study, know thyself. Because what you read, and once you understand what you're reading, can't no one take that away from you.
Exactly.
So, we as a people have to take the time out to study, first of all. And second, don't be afraid to speak our mind, because we're not afraid to go and be ourselves on ignorant things. So why we can't go and be ourselves when it comes down to our nationality? Like, why are we still saying we black when we know black means pale? We know that black is a status. Why are we still trying to be these, black lives matter? No, they don't, because you're saying your property. So you're saying property matter? Property don't have no rights. And this is in the United States Supreme Court case, the highest court in this land, not in the world, because you got the International Justice Court, IJC. But United States Supreme Court, the highest court in this land, if they already ruled over almost 200 years ago that if you're calling yourself a descendant of African Americans that were brought here and sold as slaves, you are property. That's why they keep saying you're from over there, not from over here. It's called abandonment in law. They're trying to keep our land. That's why and the kids, it's just funny because the kids have a concept. They be like, well, they're trying to kill us because there's too many of us. I say, why? Because it's our land. So the kids even know that, but you got adults 35, 40 years old saying, oh, they want to kill us because our skin color.
Yeah. And it's all part of the damage control. And then part of what you said too, with regard to the young people, because we know kids are baby goat. So we don't even do kids. Yeah. So what I mean? The young Moors, it's all good. The young Moors, that's who it's about getting. It's about letting them know what's up. Don't worry about the people our age and older and whatever like that. Don't worry about them, because they're useless anyways. All they want to do is march around the place. So you get this info to them and guarantee they're going to do something with it. I agree. Guarantee they're going to do something with it. And then also too, being just to ask you this, with regard to with the stuff going on right now, just with the whole race game, like what message would you have to our people with regard to that, just in case anybody sees this that is black or marching or whatever?
They say history repeats itself, right? And I wouldn't even expect you to hit me with that question, but they say history repeats itself. So let's go back and look in history. What happened? I was looking at a post the other day that said that please start talking about peaceful protests because y'all even killed Martin Luther King. We already know that history, that in 1492, even prior to that, you want to say whatever the case may be, that the colonists came over here and colonized. Once you understand what a colonizer is, the equator, and what colonizing is, it ain't that difficult to already understand that it was people already here. What people are you claiming that you is? So if you keep saying that you're black, you're saying that you're probably, it's just that simple. That's why I keep saying that. You don't have rights. You're not a citizen under the Constitution. You don't have no say so. So by people going around and say Black Lives Matter, right back to the same thing. Property matter. No, it does not. Property, you can't have property. You can't own nothing if you're being owned. And then with this race thing, it's only one race, the human race. What you mean? You're a different race because you're a different skin tone? Hell no. That's the minute ignorant thing I ever heard. We still the same one people. We still bleed same blood. It's not like white people. I mean, Albions bleed blue blood and we bleed green blood. No, it's still red. Blue blood, when the air hit it, is red, first of all. Second of all, we still breathe the same air. We still reproduce the same. So how is this race, a different race of people?
Right.
It's not like you're a reptilian and I'm a mammal.
Yeah.
Like, you got to sit on your eggs and not have minds, alive. It's just people. I don't know, man. It's baffling to me though. But for any, I don't debate the Martian. I don't debate wanting quote unquote equality, because you're never going to be equal to somebody that's trying to take something from you. You're always going to be inferior. So we, like you said, we be screaming no justice, no peace. We should be saying, get the hell out of our land. Let us run our own shit. Excuse my vulgar language. That what we should be saying. Go back to where you came from and let us run our stuff the way we need to run it, because we was already loving, spiritual, peaceful people before y'all even came in. That's the whole reason why y'all came in, because we were so willing to accept y'all. And when y'all came in, you raped our women, pillaged our village, gave us diseases, took our wealth, took our land. Come on, what more do you want? And then you come on and you put taxes on us. Then you tell us we can't practice our own religion. First you tell us that slaves or black people couldn't read. Then you said there was court reading. You killed them, but then you gave them a Bible. I'm just saying, if we would use any type of rational thought, we would see that it's trickery. How you first gonna say my ancestors couldn't read, and then you say my ancestors, if they got court reading, you killed them, but then you gave them a Bible when they weren't even supposed to be able to speak your language. Hypothetically saying. Right. So that's why I say it just baffling, man. We have to, as a people, start spending all this time on Instagram, Facebook with our empress walk around with that, showing your behinds, and the dudes, we around. Okay, I don't have a problem with bare arms. I'm gonna bear arms to the day I die, but that ain't for everybody to see. It's like our whole mind concept is so minute on the most illiterate things that when something positive come around like this in this movement, we bypass that because we're worried about a Gucci belt buckle, or we worried about 300 pair of Jordans. That's another thing. Why am I gonna keep getting Michael Jordan $300 for a pair of shoes that came out 20 years ago, and he's investing in prisons?
Yeah.
LeBron, he went and got a school.
Yeah. Straight up.
Why? And my sisters, why we go spend $200 on a bundle of weed when you already got beautiful hair? You already beautiful, baby. You know what I'm saying? Why we need to be generating that money? Like I was watching a video yesterday with Jamal. Jamal said, okay, only thing we got to do, whoever got a lot of interest, we just invest $1 in the movie. $1 PayPal. Find somebody that got a great business plan, invest in that. And, once that business propel, he reinvests the money, and we do it all over again. And what we do after that, we do it again. And what we do after that, we do it again. And we set economics. We keep talking about Tulsa and the Oklahoma bombings, but we're not taking that example and trying to reiterate that. Yes, it was great thing our ancestors did. Yes, but don't you think it's time we should do it again if they work so well with them? And now we just know that this time they're not gonna like that. So this time, guess what? We prepare to bomb their ass before they bomb us. Right. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Which only makes sense. You know what I mean?
It ain't that hard.
Makes sense. Everybody's got $1 right now. I'm pretty sure. Everybody got $1.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I just spent 2 years in jail and I got $1.
For real. And then one more thing before we go through. The importance of like what made you realize that nationality is where it's at?
When I started studying, bro, when I read that Dred Scott case in its entirety, because Taj always talked about it. That's why I say you have to do your own reading, your own studying. When I went to reading that, and then when I went to stepping in that courtroom, and first as a however they want to present me. Then when I went to stepping on my own nationality, said, no, I'm this, I'm XYZ 1, 2, 3. And they never said, no, you're wrong. Even when I overheard the judge say, when somebody came out the back, she said, oh, so I can do XYZ 1, 2, 3. She didn't even know. Somebody else had to come and advise. And when I also saw that other judges from other courtroom would come and sit and watch me present myself, I said, hold up, this is powerful. This is powerful than I even know.
Yeah.
This is more powerful than I can realize.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got one judge that's overhauling the court, and I got two other judges sitting behind her in plain clothing watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's why I say, laws in the universe. And that's why another reason why I say, me personally, I want to link up with more brothers that's more experienced than me, because I know I'm a go and speak my mind. Y'all just gonna have to kill me. It just is what it is. I'd rather
Simple as
stand
that.
for something, die for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how I'm living, because I've been in the system since I've been 11 years old. I came from a broken family. I came from my projects, Liberty City, Poker Beans, Miami-Dade County. Anybody, they tearing that project down right, but anybody know anything but killing, stealing, destroying. Drug dealing. I came from those type of projects. I came from poverty, and I seen that what a project really is, what a ghetto really is. It's a project. We're going to put you in a small, confined area. We're going to take everything from that can make you better and give you everything that works, and we're going to sit back and watch what happens. That's why we kill each other to the way they do, like up in Chicago. That's crazy. Chirac. Y'all killing each for what? For what, man? We killing ourselves. That's why I seen something Kevin Gates said yesterday. He was like, but we gonna be real, let's be already real. Once a white boy, or quote unquote, I don't like use that word white because it's a legal status. Once an Albion kill one of our people, we go who high hooray. But you know what I mean? My friends that I know that killed other melanated beings, and we be like, it's okay. Nah, if you gonna stand for something, we gotta stand for all the way. When we ain't gonna wait for Ricky Bo Bob to kill Lil Peanut, when we got Lil JoJo killing Peanut, nah, JoJo, you dead wrong.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta start with self first. That's what I gotta say. Let's start with self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is our government, this is our land, so let's take control of it. That's what nationalizing means, not naturalizing. Nationalizing, you're becoming part of the system. That's another thing I realized on some of these websites, that these people claim to be more supposed to be doing naturalizing. No, when you go into nationalization, you're saying you're becoming part of the U.S. corporation. Where you're nationalized, you're saying, okay, we're going to be a part of this because it belongs to us. We're not going to become it where you could control us. We're going to become it so we can control it together. That's what nationalizing means, not naturalizing.
Exactly.
But they go right back into studying, big bro, and I'm continuing to study ourselves to show ourselves approved. It's that in the Helio bibliothèque. Study to show ourselves approved.
Straight.
And another thing,
no, go ahead.
And another thing, like you said, this is a divine movement, because I didn't really understand what I was saying, so I started making salat every day. So I stopped doing a lot of this, stop fornicating, stop lusting, stop getting high all the time, stop smoking weed. Well, it ain't nothing really wrong with smoking weed, but stop getting drunk all the time. Following Islam to the T. When I started doing that, Allah, all praise to the Most High, started showing me things in Revelation. When I'm doing zikr, when I'm doing my fasts, when I'm getting up 2-3 in the morning, making 2 or 3 rakat salat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is a divine movement, because if you're more, you're saying you're Muslim, you're with a nation. And it tell you that in the Quran, that you are a nation of people. The Hebrew Israelites, y'all was a nation, but a lot of them, they ain't do what they supposed to do. We still one and the same people. It's just in that time frame, y'all was known as Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew, the ones that crossed over and went to Moabite, to the Moab and Canaanland and all that.
Right.
So, maybe, I don't know. I just feel like we got a long way to go, and we're not even trying.
We definitely got a long way to go, most definitely. But we also came a long way, because I came out the womb not knowing anything about my birthrights, and you know what I mean. This has been one of the craziest experiences that I ever experienced. Finding out that I'm more and all the things tied to that. Like, there's nothing that trumps this. Nothing. You know what I mean? This is the different level. This is next level.
Yeah, and it's astounding, because even though what Ali told you, say be careful, because some of your own brothers and friends was put you back in slavery, and that's what people doing when they trying to naturalize you, put you right back in slavery.
We're trying to sell you a package. It's always that. It's always put us back in slavery.
And like I say, man, the only thing I can say about that, because, people always say, oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. When we going to get there? I want to know, when we going to get there? When we going to stop being passive and be more active? It just don't start with me. It just don't start with you. It just don't start with Rod, Todd, Jamal. It start with each and every last one of them. It start in your household. It start with you telling your child that you're not this. Stop believing that you what they told you, because they told you was Christian. You're not Christian because they say under Christianity we can't steal, kill, and destroy in the name of quote unquote Jesus, which wasn't his name. First of all,
Right.
in the name of Christianity, Catholics, the Vatican Pope, all that is still. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It's still the same thing to this day, man. You're giving us a false reality and telling us this reality when you're holding all the cards.
Right.
Then you're talking about we equal when we're not.
Yep. Like you're saying, it's like you're saying, it's not about. Oh, it's all good.
I say one more other thing, and I'm gonna let you go because I know you got other things to do, and I know other people, probably want to get at you. Civil rights. This is what I'm studying on right now. I'm going to go back in the 40s and the 50s to get an understanding of this civil rights movement, because even Martin Luther King said, "Oh my God, I have trapped my people when I burned the building." When he realized when he was pushing for civil rights, the only way you're going to get civil rights, you have to be a civilian or a person first. So if you're not a civilian, like they're going to tell me I can't bear arms because I lost my civilian rights. But I say I'm a human being. I have inalienable rights. They cannot be transferred unless I give them away. And never told me I was wrong.
Exactly.
So in order to get civilian rights, you must be a civilian first. If I could take away your rights, it's just that simple. You was never a civilian, which means you never was human, never was a person.
Yep.
So that's my next move. I'm going to go into and study right now, the civilian thing in the 14th Amendment, citizen 3/5 person. That's where I'm at right now to get a better understanding of that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing. I see somebody make a comment say we're not supposed to go in there and try to defraud them. Well, I not say I'm going against you because I understand your concept and I respect your comment. But I think every time we go in the courtroom, every time we open our mouth, we should be defrauding them, showing them and giving our other people game that's lame. Because that's what it is. Anytime we go in there, we speak truth. We go in there and speak truth, and we speak facts, and we speak law. We're breaking the chains. We're rebelling against being oppressed with knowledge, not just marching. Okay, marching cool, looting cool. I understand the concept of all that. You trying to come up, but then they messed you up, so you want to mess them up financially too. Yeah, but the power is in the pen.
Right.
The power is in the pen, man. You got to start following them suits, taking the law, taking it in on the record. Therefore, in the future, our kids can go back and say, okay, I remember Cujo versus State, such and such. When he filed this motion, I'm going to use this case law that they already done ruled on to fight my case.
Right.
That's how you have to fight them. You can't fight them. Looting, all that's insured. You're actually helping them stealing all their stuff. Because they ain't going to file insurance claim to get it all back.
You're doing them favors. You're doing them favors.
Yeah, and they trying to make it seem like it's so devastating. Come on, now, anybody that got a business or took a business class or here, you already know. Or even if you own a car, if your car get destroyed, you call insurance company, they gonna pay it.
Basic shit.
Yeah, we ain't not even going to go into the currency fiat Federal Reserve note. We were just trillions of dollars in debt 10 years ago. Now you just print a couple of hundred trillions a few years later. So how the hell will we ever trillions in debt?
Yeah. Yeah, they're in so debt they don't even have a number for how much in debt they are.
But the question is that if they're in debt and we have no gold or oil or no financial resources back in our dollar, then what is they going to use when people say, okay, you owe us? I'm just saying, y'all better wake up because people missing. Organs are being needed. We're finding containers. We're finding containers of people getting shipped across the seas. Human trafficking.
Yeah, and their idea of human trafficking is some stuff they saw on Bad Boys or whatever.
Nah.
Some triads moving some bodies is human trafficking. No, that's not the human trafficking. People have it messed up. Straight messed up.
But you did. We came a long way because we waking up when we started understanding the chicanery that they're doing, that they're pulling. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yep.
We as a people, we have to stop saying, "Oh, you do this, you're that, you did this wrong, you did this wrong." Okay, that's cool. Hey, don't nobody have it right, especially not me. I know I'm all jacked up. But anyway, we got to stop belittling and degrading one instead of start uplifting one instead. Okay, you may didn't know that. All right, your license is saying that you're part of a corporation. I understand that you need your license, but there's other ways to form around it. You got to learn case law because I find a case law in one of the RV Bank books stipulating that you don't need a license to travel. It tell you that. But you have to have an understanding of how to go in there in courtroom and say, based on this case law, it says that you do not need a license to travel. Now, me, I have a commercial driver license because I drive tractor trailer, so I need a license because now I'm operating in commerce. I'm operating in trade. So I need that license. But for you and your own vehicle, you don't need a license. It's just information we perish from unlocking knowledge, bro. And though we say those words all the time, but we don't understand the significance that's really in those wordings, in those phrases.
Yeah. Like you said, lack of knowledge is our greatest enemy. And our people still don't get it. Looking at other people, calling them their enemy when they even know you lack knowledge. That's why we could do what we could do to you. Anybody getting this stuff done to them if they have knowledge themselves?
Yeah, exactly. That's why, to go back on what I was saying earlier, we already understand the past is what the past, but that's another reason why I want to speak and let it be known today that, I'm telling you from firsthand experience in Orange, in the belly of the beast, behind, I'm shackled and everything. I'm telling you people, this is who I am. And they never told me I was wrong. So if you have any doubt saying that, this Moorish thing is not real, you're not a nation, this XYZ, man, excuse me, man, let me tell you, man, this is real. Them people, acquiescence. They never told me I was wrong. And they are bound by oath. Article 6, subsection 2. To support the Constitution over any state law, over any state constitution. But guess what? You have to be a citizen first. You have to be a civilian. You have to be a person first before you can enforce your constitutional rights. That's why we can enforce our constitutional rights, because you're not a person.
Yep.
You don't belong to a nation of people. You're not a nation. You're a property. It's just that simple. And once I feel like our people can come in terms with those, see that if that's what it is, that's when we'll start waking up. And if you don't believe it, just read the Dred Scott case. It tell you right down the first page. It tell you that if you're African descent, sold in slavery, you're chattel. Then go look at the word what chattel means. It's another way of saying cattle. Once you understand those two concepts, you be like, oh well, my God. You're stop saying you're African American. You'll stop saying you're black.
Good.
And I'm finna go with, bro. I love you, man. Islam. I like my Islam.
Yeah. Appreciate the build. Appreciate the build.
We gonna continue to build, cause like I say, man, I'm standing for this movement, and I'm gonna continue to educate myself. That's why I want to link up with brothers like you and like Jamal and like Taj, and just continue, to make videos like this and put things on the web, and to educate our people, because we need to start using Facebook and Instagram as a way to communicate amongst each other instead of using how you could, how fresh you is, how much money you got, and how fast you can shake your booty cheeks.
Right.
So this, and in the words of Taj, we ain't no damn Indians, because this ain't India. American, man. Americanos, man. Dialect of the tongue, man. We Americans, man.
Islam, boy. I'm gonna send you a message in a bit. Might do something later.
All right, you got my email too, man. It's Corey. You'll see it. It's
I got you. Yeah. I got you.
All right. Peace, God.
Islam,
yeah.
Islam,
love.
Not really true at all. And so the deal of it is, now, if somebody did a construction on you, and you discover it, and rather than you sue them because you're not working with your nation, but yet you're trying to use the nation's sovereignty, the more sovereignty, but you have no political connection and public activity in your national affairs with record, even back to what you were saying earlier in its nature. In other words, they're looking for a history of your activity to make your claim valid. Right. See, your activity makes it the record. This is also why I know rather say it's the paper, because that's your publishing. And if you're interacting between each other, it is the record. It's the publishing, and this is even the issue with filing things with the county that right now are colored. Right. And even certain things that make them liable, they won't even accept anyway. Absolutely. So